In the vibrant capital of Ouagadougou, nestled within the heart of Burkina Faso, history has been written today. For the first time in almost 6 decades, a West African nation has inked a groundbreaking trade deal that circumvents the well-trodden corridors of power in Paris, London, and Washington. This time, the deal is not sealed with a Western capital, but with New Delhi, India, a rising power of the global South. The deal? Cotton. But make no mistake, this is not a run-of-the-mill trade agreement. It's a tectonic shift in the geopolitical chessboard of Africa. It's a bold move that echoes the dreams of generations past and sets the stage for a new era in African-Indian relations. Why cotton? Why now? And why India? These questions hold the key to understanding this historic pact. So let's delve deeper into this saga that promises to redefine the future of international trade. Cotton has long been called white gold. Across West Africa, from Mali to Burkina Faso, fields of cotton stretch as far as the eye can see. Yet for centuries, the people who cultivated this wealth saw little benefit. Under colonial rule, African farmers were forced to supply raw cotton to European factories. France, in particular, built a textile empire on African sweat and soil. After independence, the cycle continued under new names. Western corporations dictated the prices. Farmers were paid pennies, while finished clothes returned to Africa at inflated costs. In Burkina Faso, cotton makes up nearly half of export earnings. Yet rural families remained poor, trapped in debt, with little bargaining power. Cotton, which should have been a blessing, became a chain. This historical injustice is the shadow against which Captain Ibrahim now moves. The deal with India is not simply trade. It is an act of liberation from a system designed to keep Africa weak. Since rising to power in 2022, Captain Ibrahim has positioned himself as more than a head of state. To many Africans, he is the face of a new struggle, the struggle for economic independence. Has spoken repeatedly of dignity, sovereignty, and the need for Africa to stand tall in the world. At the signing of the Cotton Pact with India, he declared, "This is more than cotton. This is dignity." For too long, Africa's wealth has left its soil only to enrich others. Today, we say, our resources will serve our people first. His words electrified the crowd. For farmers, it meant hope. For the youth, it meant pride. And for the old, it meant that the sacrifices of liberation were not in vain. Traore's vision is simple yet radical. Africa will trade on its own terms, with partners who respect it, not exploit it. India is no stranger to the cotton story. Once the jewel of the global textile trade, India's cotton was plundered by British colonialism. Indian weavers were crushed, their markets destroyed, their cotton redirected to fuel Britain's industrial revolution. Today, India is one of the world's largest textile producers, and its factories require steady access to high-quality cotton. By turning to Burkina Faso, India gains a reliable supplier. But the choice of India is symbolic as well as strategic. This is South-South cooperation. Two nations once scarred by colonialism, now finding common cause. For Burkina Faso, India represents a partner outside Western control, a country that understands the pain of exploitation and the dream of independence. For India, the deal opens a door into Africa's markets, deepening ties with a region of immense potential. It is not just trade, it is solidarity across continents. In the villages of Burkina Faso, where red earth meets endless sky, cotton is life. Generations have planted, harvested, and carried their bundles to the ginneries, only to watch middlemen take the profits. With the new pact, farmers are promised fairer prices. Indian buyers under the agreement will deal directly with cooperatives, cutting out Western intermediaries. This could mean schools for children, clinics for families, and food security for households long trapped in poverty. A farmer in Koudougou put it simply, "Before, we worked for others. Now, maybe we work for ourselves." The hope is palpable. but so too is caution. Will the system truly change? Or will new middlemen replace the old? That question remains, but for now, the horizon looks brighter than it has in years. The signing of the Cotton Pact sent ripples beyond Burkina Faso. In Mali and Niger, fellow members of the Alliance of Sahel states, celebrations broke out. Youth movements hailed the agreement as proof that Africa can stand without Western permission. In Ghana, Nigeria, and even Liberia, solidarity groups praised the deal as a model for South-South trade. Across African social media, hashtags like #CottonForDignity and #AfricaIndia solidarity trended for days. The pact is not just Burkina Faso's victory. It is seen as a Pan-African triumph, a sign that the continent is learning to leverage its resources for itself. The response was swift and uneasy. Analysts in Paris, where Burkina Faso was once a colony, warned that the country was drifting away from traditional partners. Washington called for transparency in the deal, a familiar phrase often used when Western influence is slipping. European textile companies quietly expressed concern. For decades, they controlled African cotton flows. Now, they risk losing access. Media outlets in London framed the deal as a geopolitical gamble, while others dismissed it as symbolic theater. Yet beneath the rhetoric lies a deep anxiety. If more African nations follow Burkina Faso's path, the old economic order may crumble. It's not simply selling cotton. He is challenging centuries of Western dominance. For India, this agreement fits into a larger strategy. As one of the leaders of the global South, India seeks to strengthen ties with Africa, positioning itself as an alternative to both Western hegemony and Chinese dominance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has often spoken of Africa and India's shared struggles and futures. By purchasing African cotton directly, India signals respect and partnership. The deal also boosts India's soft power, showing that it can be a reliable ally for developing nations. It is a reminder that the future of global trade is no longer dictated only in New York, London, or Brussels. New centers of power are rising, and Ouagadougou and New Delhi are among them. Trade deals are usually dry, filled with numbers and clauses. But this pact is drenched in symbolism. Cotton, once the fabric of colonial exploitation, is now the thread of liberation. For Burkina Faso, it is a step toward sovereignty. For India, it is a chance to rewrite its colonial past with a new chapter of solidarity. And for Africa as a whole, it is proof that history can be changed, that the chains of dependency can be broken. The pact is more than commerce. It is a statement to the world. Africa is no longer waiting for permission. As Captain reminded the world, this is not just about cotton. This is about dignity. The world is watching. The people are ready. The future is being woven, one thread at a time. And as we wrap up this journey into the cotton fields of Burkina Faso, a new narrative is emerging. A narrative of resilience, of unity, and of hope. The people of Burkina Faso, led by the visionary Captain Ibrahim, are rewriting their story, one thread of cotton at a time. Their struggle is a testament to the human spirit, a spirit that refuses to be subdued by the winds of colonialism or economic injustice. India, too, has found a valuable partner in Burkina Faso. It's a shared history of colonialism weaving a bond of solidarity between the two nations. Prime Minister Modi's vision of connecting with the global South finds concrete form in this partnership. The cotton deal is a cornerstone of this connection. It's promising not just economic growth, but also social progress for the people of Burkina Faso. As the sun sets over the cotton fields of Ouagadougou, a new dawn breaks for African-Indian relations. This is more than a trade deal. It is a tale of two nations taking their rightful place in the global arena, hand in hand, stronger together. What do you think of this deal? Let us know in the comments. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to show your support. Your support keeps us motivated to bring you more insightful content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.